My name's Lou. It's one of my closest friends here, Lachlan, and we're two young entrepreneurs in our 20s, and I'm currently halfway across the world here in Australia. We've both met in the online internet money, like online business space, and now you guys are going to hear pretty much like a natural chat between us, just of like the things that we've learned from being on this journey. What's really next, at least like us like watching this back in the future, we know we're going to be some two very high level entrepreneurs, two very high level people, and we'll just watch this back, and I think we could keep this like something that'll be like more for us,
Yeah.
right? Like we could give like the value, of course, but like more of like what we've learned, like the big realizations of how our lives has genuinely changed from even just getting into like business and entrepreneurship, and really like what's next and what we think that looks like, what we have to develop. Yeah.
100%. Just the skill sets that we've seen in individuals that continue to be successful, and also the skill sets we've developed and that we
Yeah.
feel as though are important to be able to have, pursuing realistically your own dreams in any realm, to deem yourself successful, whatever that looks like.
We've been blessed enough, like I feel like those would be good takeaways. We've been blessed enough to hang out with multiple six figures a month entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
young guys who make a lot of money, big names, Ashton Hall, all these different people. But like just being around those, like it's forced us to get to the point where, of course, like we're starting to ascend into like the entrepreneurship space ourselves. So
Yeah.
I guess
both of us making, quantum leaps, not just in finances, but like personal development. So it's pretty exciting to see. I think there's some good lessons that we've learnt and that we've seen other people learn as well, and they've passed on their knowledge to us. So I guess where I just wanted to start as well, bro, is obviously, I mean, not even to share to the audience, but your thoughts on coming all the way to Australia and the Gold Coast, and you've been here for 2 weeks now. And describe me a conversation of how you would explain it to someone back at home once you land in home in 48 hours.
Yeah, and so for some context as well, it's my first time. I'm from Miami, Florida, so pretty much flew over 19 hours to go ahead and like visit this guy, just have the experiences, which was like always one of my goals, breaking into the space after, being in the cycle of not going to college, or, being at the 9 to 5 as well. It's just always been to like travel and have that level of freedom. So I've been blessed enough, had the opportunity to develop my skills to a level that I could do things like this and just enjoy actual life while like obviously building something strong. But yeah, I never would have thought I'd come to a place like this, Australia. Honestly, like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to in my life. Like we've chatted about it plenty of times, but it's just like it feels like a little bit like unreal. And I'm sure like from external, a lot of people would think that about Miami. I feel like here it's a lot more of my vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Very calm. The people here are all good looking, young, in shape to a degree that it pushes you like, okay,
100%.
like there's a standard from the people around you, and like subconsciously, you're like, okay, like if I'm here, like, you have to like level up, right? So I think it's a huge thing. It's beautiful. The people here, the culture, the environment, and that's like a huge benefit as well, just from being in like a space like this, or like being like just some young guys like making money online and stuff like that, so that we could genuinely travel around and have these life experiences that unfortunately some people that go their whole lives without seeing anything that's different, which touches on all of the things like we mentioned, different perspectives, reality, learning about people in general, how people make decisions. You kind of get that firsthand taste of it. So
biggest difference from America, I mean, there's so many, right? I'd love that. I've been to Miami obviously as well now. Haven't lived there for a significant amount of time, but the level of like calmness here and just almost like chillness, to put it in to perspective, I think is the biggest difference. But for yourself, what would you say is like the biggest difference that you notice, and almost like something that the biggest beneficial difference for you?
Yeah, really good question. I just feel like it's like a stack of reasons.
Yeah.
Not just like one, but something so underrated is like we have the ocean like 30 seconds away.
Yeah.
So you go to a walk there, it's very grounding, very relaxing. I've never been a guy. I've always said like I don't really like the beach and stuff, at least like from where I live. So that's a huge part. But I just say the environment as a whole. Like you could see like the lifestyle here, and it's just like it pushes you. You're
In
like,
what
okay.
way?
I want more. Like, it feels like more grounded, more freedom. In Miami, it's easy to go see like 10 Lambos in a day. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
that pushes me. But for here, I feel like it's like more aligned with my future, like what I would like, not necessarily the whole internet money fucking guru lifestyle, which of course it could be like a little bit more of like the truly like having that level of peace, level of fulfillment. People here are amazing, like good community. Um, you come here, you surf, feel like you just do like the normal like town shit. I don't know. I feel like things like that are fun. But then again, it comes like with more traveling. Obviously, I've been quite a few places. Um, yeah, but this place is just insane, ridiculous, man. And even like growing up, I'm sure like being in a place living
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, I think it's a place. I mean, I say it all the time. You've put it into perspective for me, how much I take it for granted. And especially being around those young, fit, healthy people that are just like, you literally have to. And I think it dives into something we should touch on actually. It's just like, it's so typical, and it might sound trite to say, but like surrounding yourself with obviously people that are pushing you and how important that is. And I think I've naturally, without even realizing it, I've just naturally had that experience here, because you see so many people running, you see so many active people, you go to the gym, it's like you're fucking so far from the biggest person in the gym or anything like that. And just being around that and seeing that naturally, it's just like I've been able to continue to level myself up or try to push myself, because I mean, realistically, you have to be a Chad to like get what you want here in certain elements. So seeing that, it's like, okay, you have to fucking really work for it. And I guess that ties into like the importance of really making sure you have people around you like that.
Yeah.
And even not even if it's your super close friends, obviously that benefits you, but just in a general sense, like the whole environment is like, there's no reason, you have no lack of opportunity to actually become the best version of yourself here whatsoever. And it's like, if you, in my opinion, it's like, you have no excuses. No excuses not to just be a 1% individual. So
yeah, it's hard to see that.
Yeah,
like
I've taken that for granted.
Yeah, it ties in like so much with like what we do and like how we've been able to even like get to a place like this, right? Where we're just having fun, of course, like making money, traveling around and things like that. But it's like, I think about like, okay, like version of me like 2 years ago, I never didn't go to college. I was working the 9 to 5. I had no idea how I was going to do it.
Yeah.
Right. But it's been something that we've been able to develop. And like, I want to hear from you as well. Obviously, a part of that has, of course, been investing in ourselves.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will live with like that fear or that not necessarily like the highest level of awareness, that people just continue to live in that same exact cycle, right? And being able to like step into that fear, invest in ourselves, and now we've had the opportunity to be with a bunch of high level people, people who make a lot of money and things like that. It's like, what do you actually feel is like the biggest thing that you learned from the people that we've have been around, doing multiple 6 figures a month, things like that, or even like business owners with your offer and stuff like that? Like, what do you feel is like the biggest thing or biggest lessons that you've learned that's just expanded your entire perspective or changed your entire view on life?
Oh, bro. I mean, where my mind goes, and probably just because we spoke about it recently on a coaching call, is just like those Centauri moments, right? And it's just like, the biggest thing I've learned is just to continually get uncomfortable, continuously be making yourself uncomfortable, investing in yourself, like just having these Centauri moments. And obviously Centauri meaning, for the audience if they want to look it up, whatever, but just changing your environment, changing, just like having moments where you have like extreme change of things and just continuing to like push yourself, okay, rather than just being a mediocre, unaware of what you're doing and just going through the day by day. You do have events and moments where you like really just become ridiculously uncomfortable. And then for me, those lessons is like emptying out the bank account, investing a lot of money into myself, changing my environments, moving into an environment where you have to have more responsibility, and responsibility leads to a change in character, because you obviously have to perform for different reasons. The more responsibility you can take onto yourself, the more experiences you're going to be able to be open to. So I think the biggest thing that I've learned, and that I'll continue to push into people, is just like get ridiculously uncomfortable. Continue to always have like Centauri moments where you're just completely shifting your environment, shifting your anything. I don't even know other than environment what like a biggest change is. I guess mindset, right? And you continue to become more aware. And it's scary and it's hard, but the life experience that you get from those moments and from making those big changes consistently is like just develops you as a character. And I think the main you listen and you hear like the best men to talk to or the best people to talk to, the ones that understand the most people are just the people that have the most experiences in life and have that life experience. And the only way you can do that is by getting uncomfortable and putting more responsibility on yourself, have more awareness. So
We were chatting about this as well. Like, I feel like the biggest thing that I've learned that completely changed the trajectory of my entire life. It's not like the fucking money or like even like the skill set and stuff like that, which is like a part of it with anything you do. It's genuinely been that. Like, we even speak about it as well. The awareness, right? And I'm thinking about like, hey, somebody watching this, maybe they want to get into entrepreneurship. They don't know what to do, anything like that. They don't know what to actually expect. The biggest thing that I feel like I've learned from it, or like the biggest, I say benefit, it's like being more aware of genuinely everything. Like, there's things out there that you have no idea what they are and like what it exists. Like, for me, it was like the ability to like influence people. It's genuinely like a superpower, right? So for example, it's like, I'm sure you think like every single young kid growing up wants to be Superman, Spider-Man, something like that, right? And I've always like had this feeling, yeah, I want to be like the chosen one, fucking Luke Skywalker, of like your own life. It's very easy to think of like these fictional things, right? And like just keep it like within that realm. But in reality, it sounds like kind of corny, woo, whatever it is. You could genuinely develop and own like superpowers yourself. And that was like the biggest perspective, I guess, awareness thing that I realized.
yeah,
It's like you could genuinely develop your communication and even like persuasion to a level that anything you say out loud, you could get somebody to essentially anything, right? And that's
yeah,
just an example of something that like I became aware of, which is like pretty absurd. Like I like envisioning it like it came from me just being okay, like reality is like this one thing, you go to school, you go to work, do all these different things, but even
yeah.
like
Of
something
course,
so subtle as
open
that,
more.
bro,
You become more aware of the possibilities of what you can create, right?
of what you can even do with your life. Like
Yeah,
even talking about like stuff how we were talking about earlier, like you go into like it's super deep meditations, breath work that like you experience and you feel things in life that you
yeah,
never knew existed. Even with like doing something super simple like reading a book, like psycho-cybernetics, right?
mm,
Even just being in the space and immersing yourself, being aware that you could literally visualize
mm,
your future like at a
mm.
deep level, and like even like like your brain can't tell the difference,
Yeah,
for
of course,
example,
yeah,
like what are you visualizing versus what is reality, which allows you to get experience without actually taking real reps of
mm,
whatever it is you're doing. So those are like different examples and things, but I feel like the biggest thing is just having more of that level of awareness and like just like expansion of your mind of like, okay, wow, there's so many things that are
yeah. I was
possible in
gonna
reality,
say
right?
you 100% like nailed it. I was gonna say the biggest thing is the awareness of your thoughts, awareness of your own mind. I think when I first heard awareness, I was like, oh, be aware of the room that I'm walking into and who I'm talking to and their personality types and be aware of like all of those things, right? Which is great and absolutely you should be. But I think to be able to master that, you have to first master your awareness of your own thoughts and what goes through your mind.
Why
And
do you
and
feel
well, because
why do you feel like that's important?
I mean, you ultimately like you create your own reality through your thoughts, through your mind, because your thoughts and where your mind goes and literally what your brain thinks is your perception of situations and scenarios and everything, right? So it's ultimately your perception of your reality, right? If you come into a room with this fixed idea that that's going to happen, it's like you're not open to other things happening because you're just like closed off, and it bends your perspective on life and obviously shapes your reality because you don't have this openness. But why awareness of your thoughts is so powerful, because if you can really actually sit, and I mean, my dad always used to say it to me, he's like, think before you speak. And if you can actually pause and think, okay, why am I saying this? Okay, why am I feeling like this? And internally, and like, what's coming up that makes me want to say this, or what's coming up that makes me want to feel this way. If you can have that level of awareness, you can like start to break it down. And I think what that leads to, I actually know what that leads to, is you finding out your true self, who you truly are, by breaking down your thoughts, and then also understand and find out what you want to do in this life. And I think that's a massive question that so many people have. It's like, what's my purpose? What do I want to achieve? What do I really want? And I think social media obviously makes it tough. It dilutes a lot of people's vision in terms of what they truly want. But if you are able to silence that just for a little bit, right, it's probably another topic, but if you're able to silence it and just really sit with your thoughts, your mind, and become aware of why you're thinking certain things and pick it apart, just like conversations in your own head, that level of awareness, you'll truly find out who you are, what you want to achieve, and why you want to achieve those things. So awareness is huge of scenarios, and awareness of self is like the biggest, I feel as though personally, that's benefited me because, yeah, I've been able to be open to a realm of possibilities, but then also be able to like bend my own reality because I understand why I'm having these thoughts, and I make the right decision for myself, or the correct decision through awareness, rather than making like, I wouldn't say the wrong decision, but making like irrational decisions, or irrational decisions, right? I don't take like erratic action anymore, because I'm aware of my thoughts and I can calm myself down and slow myself down. I'm able to, I like to think, always make the decision that's going to be best for me moving forward. I think that's pretty powerful to be able to, and I'm still working on it, obviously, right? And not every fucking time I get it perfect or anything like that. I think everyone's always working towards it, but the quicker, the earlier, especially if you want to be successful in business, entrepreneurship, sales, anything, the earlier you can become aware of that and start making decisions around those thoughts and feelings, the better off you're going to become. And we even spoke about it at dinner, where I was like, I didn't become aware of any of this stuff, like anything, till I was like 20, like even like 21. And it's like, I just think, and I never look back and go, oh, I should have. I think should's a shit word, but I never look back and think, oh, I wish I had. But I think if anyone's listening to this, or you talk to people, it's like I always say, hey, just become extremely aware at a seriously young age, because you'll just be able to just make the best decisions for yourself, knowing who you are and knowing what you want to achieve, and you'll just make the best decision towards that version of yourself or that person. Hopefully that all made sense and you could tie it together. But yeah, awareness of thoughts for sure.
Yeah.
So it's one attribute. I think it's just ridiculously powerful to be able to have the ability to start to like create your own reality through envisionment and through.
So fun.
So much fun. Yeah. I also think, and something I've become more aware of just working with the team that I'm working with now, and a couple of mentors or managers speaking to me, it's like, don't avoid the hard work as well. And like, I want to touch on what you feel is like, it's hard to put it, but like, how important is it to be able to work hard? How important is it to be able to have the ability to actually do 12 hours of focused work a day? Right? Because I feel as though that's significantly underappreciated, especially with like, wow, he got rich so quick, or overnight successes this day and age, and you see all that. Sure, it's great, and you can like create and use visualization and manifestation to start to bend your own reality, but the only way you can actually get to that reality or that person is purely through hard work. I still feel as though.
Yeah.
So I think they go hand in hand.
Yeah, it's powerful for sure. Maybe I have, I wouldn't say it's a hot take on it or anything like that. Of course, hard work, you have
controversial opinion.
Yeah. I feel like hard work, you have like the generic, obvious like thing, right? It's like, regardless, okay, to be successful, that's like kind of everybody's baseline, what they always say. Oh yeah, you have to work really hard and stuff like that. First off, is like identifying what does that even look like. And of course, with anything you have to do, with any skill, just like you're in school or anything like that, is going to take like a level of work for sure. I feel like there's things you can do to expedite the process of what someone would normally consider like hard work, and do it a lot easier. Like and a lot faster, right? Like a super simple example of that is like literally like investing in yourself like a mentor, for
Yeah.
example, right? Regardless, you're still going to have to put in work, but it is going to be significantly, I don't want to say less, but you're going to make a lot less mistakes because you already know what to do. You have that correct path, that correct guideline to actually move with, right?
Of
And I'd
course.
argue that like, of course, work has like, at least for me, has like gotten me to the point where, of course, you know, you make thousands of dollars online, do all these different things. But I feel like a huge overlooked part is generally like that super cliche saying of like the people that you hang out around,
Yeah.
right? And like obviously to be able to hang around like higher level people, you have to become higher level yourself internally. But genuinely, of course, like I said, the work will be a part of it. But it, like at least for me, it's like when I surrounded myself like my closest friends, like you, JJ, all these guys, like making, you know, 10, 20, 30, 50K a month, 100K a month. Like when you just surround yourself like with those level of people you talk to them on a daily basis, I would argue that your level of success is going to increase
Oh, of
dramatically
course.
just because that just becomes a new normal,
Yeah.
right?
I think that yeah, I mean, and I think because when you're around all those individuals, it's like that we're all working hard towards a goal.
Mm.
So then you naturally just push yourself harder as well. I think the reason I bring up hard work is because, and again, hard, when I say hard, it's like, okay, what's the definition of that? Intensive labor, you know, sitting at like there's so many definitions. I think it's more like focused work is like a big thing. Like you can go into periods where you're just focusing on like and
For sure.
not even like periods of a day, but like periods of literally a month of like focus work on a specific skill set. Right? I feel as though that is so important and so underappreciated now, or even at the moment, because the longer you do something for, like you're just going to become so much better, and no one wants to do certain things for a long period of time, right? Like, I mean, we have so many people that we know that, for example, want to move out of sales so quickly, but is it because it's just like it's hard and then they want like, and not shiny object syndrome or anything like that, right? But it's like the longer you can stay in that period of like hard focus work on one skill set, you will become the best 1%, like 1% of that skill set in terms of people. I'm not sure if this is making clear sense. I'm trying to tie it together. And if you want to become a 1% at sales, 1% of business, or a certain business model, it's like it requires so much more focused work than what anyone else wants to do. But this day and age, no one wants to do this like focus work. They just want to continue moving on and moving on. So it's like sitting in the desk, sitting in sales calls, sitting in business and just redoing the same thing every single day. It's going to compound so much better in the long run. Like it's just going to compound so much higher than not doing any focus work.
Yeah.
It was a bit loose. Like I wanted to tie it together a little bit better, honest thoughts right now, but it's like, it's just so underappreciated. Sitting in a pocket of like focus work, like sitting on sales calls for not just 6 months of time and then moving on, like sitting on sales calls for like 2 years. And like you want to move on, you want to do more, you want to start running your own business, you want to start doing these things, right? But it's like, if you want to be successful in those areas, focus and nail this skill for one period of your life, which is a 2-year period that will benefit you for the next 20 years rather than going for 6 months and then in 5 years or 6 years time, you're like, shit, I don't know the answer to that question because I didn't put in the work earlier. That's what I mean. And if you can sit in that pocket of focused work on a specific skill, use sales as an example, for a longer period of time than most people can, which I feel as though is like 12 months is like an average of what people want to be in sales for now, just in my opinion, from what you hear. If you can do that for double the amount, I think in the long run, you're going to get double the results as well. But it depends what skill set. You can talk about that for any skill set. Marketing is probably a big one as well.
Yeah, it's not even just like the timeline itself, whether it's like a year or two. It's just like generally like the amount of volume you put in, the amount of reps of whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Because of course time is always beneficial, but you can expedite, I feel like, a process that would take 2 years if you're working, you know, realistically, the time you're actually working a day, not just like something you'd say you're working, right? Like I feel like if you increase that, you could shorten the duration as long as you are genuinely like putting in the work. And then you could even get into like that fun stuff we were speaking about, like the visualization, like the deep, like literally like practicing.
Yeah.
Rapid. It depends on what your skill set is, right? Obviously, we are trying to develop that level of persuasion, sales, um, which obviously is going to be like a huge stepping stone for whatever
Influence,
business.
yeah.
Yeah, influence, which is essentially like defined in the most simple way, is getting people to do something that they normally would not do, right? It's such a valuable thing. I'm so glad that that's like what we're choosing to develop, but like being on that path as well. It's like, bro.
I think, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
I think what you said as well, and what we touched on just before, it's like this in terms of the skills that you need, in terms of that awareness, like that's number one. And then I feel as though that focused, determined work, you become aware of your thoughts, you understand yourself, you find yourself a goal and who you want to become, and then you put in that focused, determined work. You have to have that skill set to be able to grow. You have to be able to focus on a specific task and nail it. And once you nail that skill set, then you can bring in visualization, manifestation to really just like like it's like a fucking rocket ship, right? And like your rocket ship, either like this analogy, right? You're going to the moon, and it's just like through hard work, and then you just put like this visualization side, and it's just like a booster of the rocket because you already work hard, and then you just become such a good like creator of your own reality through visualization, through manifestation. It's just like putting a fucking boost on the rocket, and you just significantly just go from like 2x or let's just use numbers like 10,000 a month just to like 50,000 a month, just like that. So the fundamental of what I would say to be successful is a genuine ability to focus on a specific task, but then add the ability to be aware and have significant skills in visualization to be able to just boost you towards the goal.
Yeah, I feel like it's important as well, like what the task actually is. And we're like just looking at it from this perspective or this lens of like skill set. But a lot of people will put in a lot of work on a task that's not necessarily going to bring them the most
The
value.
vehicle.
Right. That's exactly. So like, how would you say somebody who's watching this potentially, you know, they're looking to get into entrepreneurship, they don't know what to do. Let's say even like 17, 18-year-old Lachlan before even like diving into this stuff. Like, I don't want to say like what advice would you give? How would you actually guide somebody to really choosing to learn a specific skill set?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's when I'm instantly, I just go back to what we spoke about: awareness. Become aware of your own thoughts. So that's the number one skill. Like that's the first thing you have to be able to do.
Yeah.
And then I mean, everyone's so different. Everyone's so different, but if you can really understand it, I think the biggest thing I would say, and again, like almost advice is, it sounds cliche, but literally shut down like social media, shut down your phone for periods of time so that you can become clear, because people's minds, and even my mind at certain points, it was so clouded by just bullshit, or just like we see something like, oh yeah, I want to do, I want to do that, I want to achieve that next, and you're just like, you cloud your mind of what you truly want. So I think you have to just like, it's almost like you have to clear the smoke to be able to see what you want to become. And then I would give the advice of, I mean, how do you choose the vehicle? Trial and error. Especially like if you're genuinely 17, 18, 19, even 20, bro, even fucking 22, 23, I think we have so much time. I say this to you all the time. I'm only 23, just 23, like you're 20. I'm like, there's so much time to be able to commit 12, 24 months to a skill set. Obviously that skill, you have to know that skill set's going to benefit you to a degree, right? Like sales, marketing, e-commerce, like they're all going to benefit you. But I would say like you commit 24 months to something and just go for it and see what comes of it. Because I've committed only now, I would say like 16 months to sales. And it's like the doors that have opened from that because of that level of commitment have now led me to be able to choose different vehicles and go down different paths. But if you don't commit to one thing for a significant period of time, I'd never meet you. I'd never meet anybody, like anybody in the space. I'd never connect with them, and they would never open up doors that I didn't think were possible. So I think finding a skill that's scalable, obviously, finding an industry you can step into that has the opportunity to grow your income, but then grow your ability as a person is what you need to look for. And the only way you can really find what sits well with you is through silence and being aware of who you want to become.
I think a lot of people underestimate, I guess, like the power of developing a skill set, similar to like myself
as well, bro.
You said I have a dry like mouth?
Yeah.
Dry throat?
Yeah.
You or me?
Me.
Oh,
I'm drinking all this water.
Yeah. Fucking threw me off track. Yeah, I feel like this is something that I used to have as well. Like when I was young, it was just like, I say when I was young, like when I was like 17,
yeah,
18.
I hate when you say that, by the way.
Yeah, when I was like 17, 18, I was like, fuck yeah, I just want to start a business if I can make all this money and do things like that without having any level of skill set, right? Yeah. So it's very easy to confuse it, which is obviously why we're learning sales. Obviously, we're in sales, making money through that. It's because developing that level of skill set is what's going to allow you to actually have more benefit in your business rather than just thinking, I'm just start a business without even knowing what the fuck you're doing at all. I feel like that's so overlooked and something that's like, if there was generally like a person, like a younger person, like I have like one of my friends, Cole, he talks to me all the time. Like one of my younger friends, like he wants to get into entrepreneurship and stuff like that. It's like develop a strong skill set.
Yeah,
right?
I think.
And that's like the beauty behind what we do as well, because like we're at the point, like I like to say, like we're kind of like entry level entrepreneurs, right? Like we technically do have our own businesses, right? But we're working with and through other people as well, right? So we have the blessing to be able to learn, develop a skill set, but then again, of course, make a level of money, enjoy a level of freedom. So like as we develop this, as we make money, as we actually enjoy our youth, we're building, right? So by the time we're 2 years from now, it's like we've developed this level of skill, like to an extent that starting our full like own business, like being our own offers, having people work under us and things like that, it's like going to be 10
it just
times
makes
easier.
sense. Yeah. The next step becomes clear.
Exactly.
Right. And I think the next step doesn't become clear until you're in it. And so it's, I mean, a great example for me is obviously moving and really planning to just shift to another country.
Yeah, give some context. Like,
it's just like it's exactly what you say, right? I mean, you're never going to have clarity on what's you want to have clarity. I'm a person that I'm more of a logistical person, I think, than emotional, right? So I want to have like everything laid out. I want to have like clarity in terms of what this looks like, and it's something I've had to really just like let go of, because you learn in this game that's like, okay, it's not clear, but unless until you start taking little steps, the next step becomes clearer as you go along the path. So it's so important to be able to gain those skills. And even if you want to start a business, like you said, it's like a business is this massive fucking thing. It's like, how are you going to tackle it? Well, just learn one aspect, marketing. Learn one aspect, sales, of a successful business. And then the door starts and the steps become clear in terms of how you're going to start your own business. Because I think 12 months ago, 16 months ago, it's like, you asked me like, if I said I want to own a business and you started probing on questions of like, what does it look like? What would you be doing? I'd be like, I have no idea. Like, I want to be the CEO of my business. It's like, okay, how the fuck do you get there? You have no idea.
Yeah, for sure.
And now I'm like, if you ask me that question, it's like, okay, I have so much clarity, and not even a significant amount of clarity. Like the next steps still aren't clear, but I have way more clarity because I've started to learn one skill. So yeah, I mean, tying it back to what you should do is obviously, double down on one skill that, I mean, even just thinking about my situation and what I would say now is, and exactly the same for you actually, bro, which is crazy, is find, and I know this is going to go kind of against what I just said, but also find someone that you feel as though like you relate to, that you almost look up to, that you want to become. And just that are just a one step ahead of you, not like someone that's making $100 million a year or anything like that. That's someone that's making like $50,000 a month or $100,000 a month. Find that person and just like try and step into what they're doing as well. So for me, in your industry, right? So for me, it's like finding someone that's doing $100,000 a month in sales management.
Yeah.
Let's say, right? And it's like, okay, try and be a part of them. Get them to mentor you, right? Be part of what their business, or work for someone that's $1 million a month offer owner, company owner, and work for them and be surrounded by these people. And your next steps just become clearer because you actually see it as a reality.
Yeah.
Like seeing the CEO, the founder of my company that I work with at the moment, and seeing like what it takes and what he's done. It's like, okay, shit, like the path is becoming a lot clearer, rather than just being like, oh yeah, I'll just run $1 million a month business and you have no idea what it looks like. I now understand to a degree what it does look like to be able to run a extremely successful business. And the only reason I've been able to do that is by developing a skill set that's valuable to that business. So develop a skill set, find a business that you want to be a part of that is doing, there's significant high level individuals in that business, and work and mirror them and learn as much as possible off them, get them to mentor you, invest into them, and you will just like, the direction you want to go in will just become so significantly clear over time, because you're actually seeing it rather than just imagining it and just being like hoping. You're actually seeing the steps, and that's so important, is to be able to see people doing what you want to do. So you know it's real, you know it's possible, and you also realize that it's all idiots at the top and you can do it way better. For sure.
Yeah, it's a big realization for sure. I've been around some pretty high level people. People are making a lot of money, but they're just like normal humans, you know.
It's so crazy,
it's a funny point, yeah.
It makes me fall to my knees. Like, you just, I mean, not the level of like stupidity. I think that's judgment, but
it's the awareness that they're not as high.
They're not who you don't put people on pedestals.
Exactly.
Something
such a powerful thing.
Something we've spoken about this whole trip. Seeing people, met Davey Fogarty on the street, right? Like I think that was the most time the first time even ever maybe, or the strongest time I've been like in awe of someone almost.
Yeah.
And it's just like, as soon as we came home after meeting Davey, it was like we were kind of in the kitchen cooking food, and we're like, this motherfucker's just a normal human.
Yeah,
There's
like
no,
a fucking
no
stain,
real,
like sushi stain on this fucking shirt. I'm like, man,
just smacking some sushi. Like, there's no difference.
Yeah.
Like, there's obviously skill set differences, but there's no reason why you can't get there. So, not putting people on pedestals is so important, and realizing that if you focus fucking hard and you work hard and you have the vision, it's like you can become anybody. And putting people on pedestals is just, I feel as though it's just going to slow you down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you'll think that, oh, they're so good, they're so far away, they're so hard to reach.
Yeah.
They're not. It's just time, compound of skills and time.
Yeah. I guess a kind of like fourth wall breaking type question. Like,
I've got a question for you after this.
Okay. You want to ask it first?
Yeah, I do, because it ties into this.
Go for it.
How important do you feel as though patience is in terms of developing skills, in terms of reaching your goals?
Fuck, man. I mean, obviously it's like important, you know? It's like, there's so many things that tie into it, bro. Like, it's like you immerse yourself in the space, like you get to like one level. It's like, yeah, you know, okay, boom, I'm making $10,000 a month, and then it's like, just feels like nothing. You're like, okay, fuck, I gotta make $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month. So like you could think of patience or all like these different things, but I feel like it's very easy to get caught in the steps of like, fuck, like what's next? I know it's kind of like off topic from like the question you asked. Like obviously like patience would be important. It's kind of like more of like that surface level, I guess, type of like, oh, you know, hard work, patience, like shit like that. On a scale of like 1 to 10, full transparency, how do you feel like the quality of this podcast is right now, of us just chatting right now? of having somebody just watch it? You be honest.
I think it's fucking not bad, bro.
Yeah.
I haven't really been thinking about it, but I feel as though subconsciously, like, you do feel almost like a...
This is not like... Go for it, yeah.
You do feel a need to, like, to elaborate further on your points. And the reason... Okay, it's so interesting because I try and, like, make it make sense to everybody. But if we were, like, being... I mean, this is pretty fucking raw, to be honest. But I expand on what I'm saying because I want more people to understand than just you. Right? Which makes it a little bit like, it can make it a little bit cloudy in terms of what I'm saying, in my opinion. But bro, if I was watching this, if I knew, okay, I'm watching two people in their early 20s making significant money for their age, significant compared to what, sure, but realistically it is in terms of the world and the average income, doing it anywhere in the world, I'd fucking take this. I would wish I knew this was somewhere to be able to watch when I was 18, for sure. Because the reason is, and the reason why I think people can relate to this, and I hope people can relate to this, is like, we are not $1 million a month business owners talking about this fucking luxurious life. We are in the game, bro. We're at the fucking bottom of the mountain.
Dude, we fucking should have started the podcast saying this shit, bro.
I know, but we are at the bottom of the mountain, right? We are in the thick of it. Like, if you think we're not fucking focused, working hard every day, like, so significantly far from where we want to be, it's like, we're in the game right now. We're not above it. I think I listen to too many people that are above it, and that's what I want to be able to create, is this reality of like, hey, I might not be there, but I'm only one step ahead of you. Maybe I'm even behind you. And if I am, fucking shoot me some advice.
Yeah.
But if someone's looking to get into this space, I feel as though this is so raw in terms of like, these people are so at a level that are so achievable that you should relate to it. If you're ambitious and if you want, and if you want to become a successful person in whatever that looks like for your life. Wow, what do you rate it? You ask that question like you think it's shit, bro.
Not that I think it's shit, but like, dude, like, fucking... That's a good piece right there, bro. Like, sorry, because I'm thinking, okay, like, if I think about just us having the conversation, bro, we're not gonna be over here like, fucking, how's hard work, man? Talk about some hard work. I'm like, man, it's some fucking fuck. Like, it's like kind of like me being like super raw as well. It's like kind of like the traditional fucking hard work, patience, and shit like that. It's like, obviously it's like a part of it. I think we need to like tap in more into like our own natural energy of like just the shit we normally talk about.
I was really curious to ask you that question though.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't really land for me. It's just like fucking patience. I mean, I guess I want to hear from you. Like, what made you want to ask that?
I just don't think people are patient enough to grow skills.
Yeah. Oh, dude, absolutely.
And I think
fucking even myself, bro. I'll be like, fuck. Exactly. Like sometimes I'm just sometimes I'll be like, fuck this, man. Like,
yeah,
I
100%.
just want to fucking.
Yeah. I think it's important.
Like the shiny object syndrome stuff that we were talking about,
I think it's important for people to realize that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's natural to look somewhere else, but it's like, if you, again, I go off like, if you truly want to be successful in one specific area, you have to be so patient.
Dude, for sure.
So, yeah, I think, I mean, we're not even ripping a podcast, to be honest. We're just...
Yeah, just chatting.
Yeah.
It's like having, like, it's me, like, I'm having the awareness of my own thoughts right now of like, okay, fuck. Like, I'm thinking like mid-thing of like, okay, why would somebody like listen to this, right? It's like, why not fucking listen to Alex Ramosi or David Goggins talk about, just fucking work harder and do all this fucking shit. But like, you described it so well, man. It's like literally like us being fucking in the grind right now. And I feel like, bro, obviously it's so good because it's like a part of it. It's literally like a part of like becoming successful and stuff. It's exactly like we're saying, doing the reps. This is literally our first time doing anything like this, right? So it's so raw, so fucking natural. Yeah. But like the more reps we fucking take, dude, we can even do this shit like on fucking Zoom and shit, like post it. But it's like, it develops more of like that flow.
I think
it's just like
100%. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Well, like, it's you can eliminate luck just through reps.
Yeah. It's exactly like this fucking podcast.
Yeah. But I think the point is at this stage is like, and this is me talking, and I don't know if anyone that has a similar mindset to me. I mean, there will be people, we'll share it with people that will have the same mindset, but it's like, I always listened to people that were homosies, right? And these people that were are so high level and they say these things, I'm like, yeah, fucking whatever, mate. Like you're not even doing it. Like, because they're like business owners. They're doing whatever they want now.
Yeah.
But I think when you're actually in the game and you're learning it, it's like you're actually like, fuck. It is the basic skills. It is the skills of hard work. It is the skills of patience. It is the skills of visualizing. It is what everyone says. And I'm just trying to like emphasize those points because I feel as I know it is so true. But it's so easy to look at someone that's doing even 100K a month and you're just like, you don't understand what I'm going through. You ever look at people and you're like, yeah, but you didn't go through this. It's like, they fucking did. Yeah. And we fucking are right now. And I think that message to get across to people that, like, again, if you want to be successful, it does take that. And I think everyone, internet money, business, brick and mortar, whatever, goes through these stages. And I just think from what I've learned, if I could nail into anyone, what I've learned is everything that I've said.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking
yeah.
Right. Yeah, bro. I just think it's
I feel like we leverage more of like that energy as well for like the more we could just do this shit more consistently, the more of these talks, more of like we fucking post it, but it's like more of like that fucking view. It's like even like kicking it off like that. It's like we're literally like two like fucking literally at the bottom of the fucking mountain of entrepreneurship. Like we made a little bit of money and like done a little bit of things, but it's like you look at the fucking mountain of where we're gonna be, and we're literally like right here. So it's so sick. Like we have more conversations, like what we're actually going through, like what we actually fucking feel right now, realizations, even like things we've learned to get to like this point. Oh, dude, that should be fucking heat.
But I think that
yeah, it's like built off of this. Like,
I try and expand it because it's like you want people to understand it more clearly. Because if I said like not just like raw thoughts, but if I was just like
just started fucking talking about lenses of reality and
shit. You're just like change your
fuck?
perspective. It's like I got I'm at this level just because I visualize it. It's like it's not true.
Yeah.
And I want people to actually understand that. So yeah, I don't think. I mean, you can prepare all you want for a podcast, but
literally just us standing down.
Genuinely knowing that we'll look back on this, knowing that there's so much about this that makes me so happy, bro.
Yeah,
like in terms of even if it is just us chatting shit and like expanding on. I can't believe you were just like internally laughing when I said, what do you think about patience? You're like, what type of question is that? It's like from the script, bro. But it's fucking true, bro. And I think we underestimate the value of this for certain people. I think we underestimate the value of this for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because we're getting better at something that we want to get good at.
Yeah.
By doing a fucking rep. We want to both do rip sick podcasts or rip sick clips where you talk about it's like, oh yeah, let's just start and it's going to be perfect. We're going to rip this thing. It's going to be perfect. It's fucking not going to be perfect.
You fucking title this
it's a pure
worst podcast in the world.
Bro, 100%. You label what you want. I think it's fucking epic. But
good shit, man.
Dude, you can try and make it's the fucking Hormozy line that he has about the pots. You've heard that? About the clay pots?
No.
You've never heard that?
I've never heard it.
Wow, I think I listened to way too much Hormozy because I've listened to the same shit again and again.
Let's hear about the clay pots.
Well, there's this experiment, or this art teacher has 2 classes, okay? And he says to one class, you have the semester or you have the next period of time, whatever period of time it is, to make the perfect clay pot. You have the chance to make one clay pot. Okay, and it has to be the most beautiful, perfect clay pot. He tells that to one class, and in the other class he says, go and make as many pots as possible. Your whole job, your whole role is just to make as many clay pots as possible. And at the end of the period of time, the end of the experiment, the group that made all of the clay pots, that had the task of making as many clay pots, not only made significantly more clay pots, but all of their clay pots were so much better than the person that focused on making one clay pot. And the lesson is, you can try and make something perfect by doing it the first time. You can try, and he uses this on Chris Will's example about podcasts. You can try and set this thing up and be like, okay, this is going to be the first podcast and it's going to be fucking perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have 1,000 podcasts and that volume is just going to be able to get me to the perfect podcast. And ultimately, the lesson is you can remove luck and you can remove all of that just by repetition and hard work.
Volume negates luck.
It's the biggest lesson.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. That was good.
Yeah, it's a clay pot analogy, right?
It's a clay pot analogy,
Dude,
right?
I can't believe you have never heard of that. Wow.
No, dude, yeah, that's some good shit, man.
Yeah. So.
Fuck yeah.
I think that. Do the reps. It's never going to be fucking... Even setting this up, just rip it raw.
Yeah.
Like it's... And it translates, I mean, not to go on, right? Probably wrap this shit up, but it translates into everything that you do.
It does, for sure.
People wait. I listen and work with people and know people that wait for the perfect time to start something, Or it has to be perfect conditions to start. It's never going to be perfect. And ultimately, starting or doing is the perfect condition. It's that simple. So fucking start whatever you want to do and just fucking do it. Have you ever heard about how you see fear, bro?
What is it? Let's hear it.
Bro, because people don't do something because they're scared, right? It's fear. It's always fear. The reason you don't do anything is fear. The reason I didn't book South America, the reason I didn't book these trips is out of fear of like what the fuck's going to happen. Fear is, I don't want to quote Hormozy again, but fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. So you look at it and it's this mile wide, you're like, holy shit, that's a big ocean. Imagine, I always look at it as water. It's like, holy shit, it's a big ocean. And then you take that first step and you're up to your fucking ankle and you're like, it's an inch deep.
Yeah.
So,
fuck yeah, that's some good shit.
I hope someone got something out of it. I think it was pretty valuable.
Yeah. Oh, dude, nice, perfect way to top it off.
I mean, yeah, I want to fucking wrap it up, but we hold ourselves to such a high standard, and like I see myself as this fucking high level person because that's what I want to be able to get to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't hold myself to like, oh, this is you're just average person because I'm going to live up to that standard. So when I know you do the same. So when you rip stuff like this, you think it's just going to be this fucking in-depth, high-level fucking shit.
Yeah.
No one's ever heard of. But it's like, we're working towards that. We're not there yet. But we're building the sculpture to work towards that. And this is what it takes to be able to work towards that. And I think this almost represents, to a degree, probably not, I feel as though we're still higher, the level that we're at.
Yeah.
And how hard it is to rip a fucking sick podcast. It's not even a podcast though, because a podcast is, what's the definition of a podcast? I'm interviewing you, I'm asking you questions.
It'll be, fuck do I know.
Yeah.
Fucking just grab the camera, just fucking rip it. But yeah, essentially, it's just more of like the conversation around it. Yeah.
I think it's just late night thoughts, bro. I mean, we've had a
ridiculous trip,
bro, massive 2 weeks. Like, I mean, yeah, work, lack of sleep in a sense, like maybe a lack of like an extremely streamlined routine.
Yeah.
And now we're sitting here after a huge meal, huge day, huge weekend. It's just raw thoughts on like 10 o'clock on a fucking Sunday night.
Fuck yeah.
So it's where my mind, and I'll know now forever, like this is only where your mind is at for this moment in time as well, this specific time. It's not like my mind's consistently at this level on a Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday morning. It's like it'll be a different conversation at that time. But on a Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening after the day we've had, this is where my mind's at. And it constantly changes. It's my little spiel to shut it off, bro, but if you want to wrap it up.
Yeah, you just fucking wrapped it up, man.
It's been a pleasure hosting you, bro. I think, the Gold Coast should be on the map of a lot of people.
Fucking gatekeep it.
Yeah, actually, fucking don't come here. It's
Fuck
so
the Gold
shit.
Coast, man. What is that?
I've already seen it. Just like, I mean, I'm fucking so old. I've seen this place develop, but it's like,
yeah,
genuinely, it's where my mind goes is like, all right, where's the next Gold Coast? Like, find something that's way less tapped into, and like, because it's already busy here, but it's just gonna get so much busier. But it'll be good.
Yeah,
we'll be back. We'll rip some fucking crazy shit when we're back.
Dude, before that as well,
From the
fucking
penthouse.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm really happy. I wanted to just film a chat with you though, to be honest.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, just the raw.
Yeah, I mean, we've been speaking about it, and then to actually do it, it's like, just sit down and see what we're capable of. I don't even know what time it is or how long it's been going for, but
probably like 45.
Post it raw, bro.
Matt is just not recording the whole fucking time.
I'd be sick.